Have you ever watched someone just disappear? No fight, no warning, no goodbye. One day they're there, the next day they're gone. Messages sit unread, calls go straight to voicemail, social media goes quiet. It feels sudden, but for them it wasn't. You scroll through old messages looking for a reason, something you missed, something that explains the silence. But there's nothing obvious, just absence. And that absence hurts more than an argument ever could. Here's what most people misunderstand. People who cut everyone off are not usually angry. They're tired, deeply tired. Tired of explaining themselves. Tired of feeling misunderstood. Tired of being the one who always adjusts. At some point, connection stopped feeling safe. It started feeling heavy. From the outside, it looks cold. From the inside, it feels like survival. At first, they don't plan to disappear. They tell themselves they just need space, a break, time to breathe. And for a while, that space feels good. No messages to answer, no expectations to meet, no pressure to perform. Their nervous system finally slows down. But space has a way of growing. Distance turns into silence. Silence turns into habit, and habit slowly turns into isolation. They don't wake up one day and choose loneliness. They drift into it. Behind most disappearances is someone who once cared too much. Many of them learned early that being open can hurt. Some grew up in homes where emotions were ignored. Others grew up in chaos, where staying quiet felt safer than speaking up. Some were praised for being easy, low maintenance, the strong one. They learned to listen more than they spoke, to help more than they asked, to carry more than they shared. Over time, they became dependable, the friend who shows up, the one who remembers birthdays, the one who checks in. But when they needed support, it didn't come back the same way. So they made a quiet rule for themselves. If I don't need anyone, I can't be disappointed. At first, that rule feels empowering. They feel in control, independent, self-sufficient. But slowly, protection becomes a cage. They start watching every interaction closely. A short reply feels like rejection. A delayed response feels personal. A small change in tone feels dangerous. They replay conversations in their head at night. Did I say too much? Did I ask for too much? Did I make things awkward? Eventually, silence feels safer than speaking, because silence can't be misunderstood. But silence has a cost. Even people who seem strong are wired to need connection. We are built to be seen, to be heard, to feel like we matter to someone. When that need goes unmet for too long, the body notices. Sleep gets lighter. Focus slips. Motivation fades. They're not sad exactly, not hopeless, just disconnected. People who cut everyone off often live with a quiet conflict. They want closeness, but they fear what closeness might take from them, their energy, their peace, their sense of safety. So they stay in the middle. They don't fully disappear, but they don't fully show up either. They leave messages unanswered. They cancel plans at the last minute. They say, "I'll reply later." Later becomes never. And one day they realize something unsettling. No one is reaching out anymore. The wall they built to feel safe has become too high for anyone to climb. That wall isn't made of anger. It's made of overload. Every message feels like a task. Every plan feels like pressure. Every conversation feels like effort. Cutting people off becomes a way to breathe again. A reset button. Life feels muted. But what helps in the short term can hurt in the long run. The same walls that keep pain out also keep comfort out. And after a while, the quiet stops feeling peaceful. It starts to echo. They tell themselves, "I'm better on my own." But late at night, when the phone stays dark, a harder thought slips in. Would anyone notice if I disappeared? That's the trap. They pulled away to protect themselves, but end up proving their deepest fear true, that no one will stay. When you expect people to leave, you start seeing proof everywhere. A late reply feels like rejection. A missed call feels intentional. A misunderstanding feels final. The cycle tightens, distance grows, trust shrinks. What once felt like freedom starts to feel like being invisible. But here's the part most people never talk about. This pattern is learned. And what's learned can be changed, not by trusting everyone, not by forcing closeness, but by starting small. Maybe it's replying to one message, even if it feels uncomfortable. Maybe it's saying, "I've been quiet. I just needed time." No long explanation, no apology spiral, just honesty. Small steps matter, because when you try safe connection slowly, something important happens. You begin to notice patterns. Not everyone drains you. Not everyone demands. Not everyone disappears when you're honest. Some people listen. Some people respect space. Some people stay steady. Those people become proof that connection doesn't always cost you peace. And if you're on the other side, if someone you care about went silent, don't chase. Don't guilt. Don't demand answers. Pressure pushes people further away. A simple message works better. No pressure. Just wanted you to know I'm here. That kind of message feels safe. It doesn't ask for energy they don't have, because when people pull away, what they fear most is being misunderstood again. So instead of asking, "What's wrong with you?" try asking, "What's been heavy for you?" That question opens space, not defense. Healthy solitude isn't about disappearing. It's about returning to yourself. The difference is intention. Are you hiding from people? Or are you resting from noise? Real boundaries are not walls. They are clear lines. They say, "This is how you can be close to me without hurting me." When boundaries are clear, you don't have to vanish to feel safe. You can stay. You can speak. You can take breaks without cutting ties. And if you're someone who went quiet, hear this clearly. Cutting everyone off doesn't mean you're broken. It means something inside you needed care. Ask yourself gently, what was I protecting? What felt like too much? Those answers matter. Healing doesn't mean rushing back into connection. It means choosing it differently. One message, one honest moment, one step at a time. Because you were never running from people. You were running from the feeling of being unseen. And when someone finally meets you with patience instead of pressure, you may realize something quietly powerful. You never needed to disappear. You just needed to feel safe being seen.